Welcome to Information Analytics course. This video is to give you a guidance about the course structure and go through syllabus briefly and then stress what this class is about. First of all, this course is not a programming class. So programming is something that you were required to build before you register to this course. And some of you may be confident about programming already, and some of you may not have developed confidence yet. And the whole point of this course is to provide you algorithms that you can apply and chances for you to practice more of programming. But the programming itself is not the goal of the course. The goal of the course is to extract useful information from raw data to guide your intelligence gathering purpose. And nowadays, there are so much of data, raw data available, and depending on your use of technology, you can find very convincing, strong intelligence using data. So that is well known, but the question is, how do you do it? What kind of tools to apply to extract information? And once you extract information, how do you know that information is useful for your intelligence gathering activities? So those are where things are vague and people don't have strong expertise yet. And hopefully this course will build you that expertise by learning knowledge and skills to extract information from raw data. And the course requires this textbook, Data Science and Big Data Analytics. We will just skip the first part that's talking about data science, and we will use the tool part from this big textbook. And the other book that you don't need to buy this because I will provide the necessary chapters. This book, Data Mining and Predictive Analytics, it's really nice book that sets you the contextual information of what is this new area of data mining and predictive analytics to gather intelligence. The subtitle of this book is Intelligence Gathering and Crime Analysis. So this book is specifically focusing on using data mining and predictive analytics for intelligence gathering and crime analysis. So the first few weeks, we will cover this book, some of the first part of this book, to set the contextual information about why it is important to use these new technologies to gather intelligence, and how you do it, and why, how to interpret all those. So this will set you that background knowledge about why we need to learn information analytics. So once that is set, we will go to the tools part, where we will cover several tools here in your syllabus that's available online. We will cover basic data analytics methods using R, where we may, each week you are going to be assigned some hands-on practices. It may say quiz, but it may require you to actually do R programming by applying the new technologies that we use, that are introduced each week. And we will cover the most fundamental data mining and predictive analytics tools, algorithms, and how to implement those using R each week. And at the end, we will cover, if we have some time left, we will cover text analytics. But if some elements are lacking, I can provide some new materials that's not showing in here. So we will see how this course will evolve while progressing the course. So let's go through syllabus. Syllabus is available if you click here, the syllabus. And I'll go through this because it's formatted nicely. Okay, so this syllabus include office hours is by appointment only. Based on my previous experience of teaching this course, the majority of students are working full-time and they have specific time restriction. So I thought it's more flexible to leave office hours by appointment only. So just please make sure that you give me enough time to respond to you before we make an arrangement. In terms of communication, I work full-time Monday through Friday, and I need some break, and I have family and young kids to take care of. So Sunday I'm offline in general, and Saturday I might work in the morning, but from Saturday afternoon I have to do some family work that's necessary. So if you send emails during the weekend, I will the earliest time that you can expect a response from me would be Monday. And in this course, I have built Raise Your Hand each week, where you discuss the process of doing the work. And again, that I will do my best to check Saturday and Sunday, but you cannot expect me to help you during the weekend. So if you expect that you need some help, please attempt each week's assignments early on so that you have enough time Monday through Friday to get help from me and from your peer students. So that there is some specific element that's not available in other courses, but this course has that. I will talk about it later. So in terms of the course, there is a R programming involved for any activities. So having high abilities in R is very important to be able to do all these information analytics activities. So throughout the semester, I will assign couple more data camp assignments based on the necessities of it. So I will kind of examine your level, and then the activities that's coming, and if I decide to add more assignments on data camp, I will let you know in advance so that you have enough time to finish the data camp assignment. So data camp is, as you have, most of you have experienced, it's paid, it's proprietary tool that's really good. But I made a special arrangement with data camp so that students who take my courses can take as much classes as possible through me. So if any of you want to take any courses in data camp, please let me know. I will add those courses in the data camp team so that you can take those courses while you're taking my class without paying anything. So we will talk about that a little bit more throughout the course too. Another thing that I want to talk about is the textbook. So you are required to purchase this book, and the bookstore. I made the the order in the bookstore, and you can find the same book through other Amazon or other vendors. There another book, as I mentioned, that's really important book, but I will just give you out the necessary chapters because we're not going to cover the entire book, just some parts of the chapter. So I will give you out those PDF files. Late assignments will not be accepted. So if you have anything going on, please let me know to set a more reasonable timeline. But if you don't, set up in advance, then you will lose the assignments, the grades from the assignments. But if you didn't do one assignment, then you will be behind that much. So please make sure you do week by week assignments diligently, so that you can just keep catching up with new materials. That's going to be continuously challenging. So midterm exam is, in terms of grading categories and weights, midterm exam will be 10% of your full grade. It could be just exam, checking your knowledge, or it could be project. But I will decide in the middle and let you know in advance. It all depends on how you do. And this course is newly developed, so I have to see how much you can do, and then I will decide the content of midterm exam. And the final project would be 30% of your grade. So this course is a little ambitious, and the best way for you to learn everything that we cover in this course is by actually doing it. So the final exam would be the project-based, and you will make a presentation video and a short summary of what you did. And then you have to submit your R script to do the final project. So that's going to be 30% of grade, and each week's material will be 50% of the whole grade. And then lastly, this is really important thing. You will be having raise your hand every week. This is very important. That's why I assign high scores on it. If you see, for example, here, raise your hand. So the reason that we have this raise your hand is for you to learn how to learn programming and how to get better. This is exactly how you get better at programming, by asking questions and answering to other people's question. To solve one programming goal, there are hundreds of different ways of doing it, and each person may have their own approaches, which is different from other people. And just by be exposed to that environment of diverse perspectives, you can get better at programming, looking at diverse ways of solving problems. So each week will be basically, I will give you a programming problem by, let you apply the techniques that we learn. and you have to program it and solve the problem. And if you have any questions, you will strongly, I urge you to use raise your hand. It's 10% of your grade that you ask questions and answer. So whatever activities you do, be active in raise your hand and utilize every week's raise your hand as much as possible. So I would like to stress that. Okay, so that is the grade, and then the schedules are there, and some of the content could be changed based on your progress level. That's on syllabus, and every week it's going to be composed of the first 2 weeks could be a little bit different. You will be assigned to read chapters and then answer quizzes. But from once you restart this the main textbook, it's going to be, I'm going to introduce to you a new algorithm each week, and you will be assigned to do some lab type hands-on programming activities to solve the problem. That's going to be throughout the course, and at the end of the course, by the end of the course, when you do the final project, you are required to clean a data set and then munge it so that you can apply those analytics methods that we learned throughout the course. So that could be a little bit challenging, but I will give you about a month from the start to the end of the project, and then I will give you some phases so that it's not too overwhelming at the end of the course. Okay, so that's overall the structure of the course.